Hello, everybody. Welcome to the end of July. Yeah, that's right. We are here. Summertime is. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the GRANDON GROUP presents the Lockbox. Hope you guys are having a great summer. Hey, we are here. We are halfway through summer, on our way to fall. So things are starting to look pretty good here. So hey, so today we've got an interesting episode. It'll be all right. I know you're reading the front of it. You're like, oh my god, Jason's going to be bummed out and talking about stuff that's going on and all this stuff. But actually, it's going to actually be pretty good. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because, um, I feel like there's a big change coming on in the market here. So today we're going to focus a little bit on foreclosures and bankruptcies in Arizona because I get several emails regarding this, and we don't get political, but we still want to be real and informative. So, of course, it's the Grandon Group, so we're always trying to be upbeat and stuff. And we are Arizona's number one brother and sister real estate team. Hey, we've got some great things that are just about inked and ready to go. One of them being, we have a new TV show. It's going to be on one of the networks out here. We'll announce it as soon as it's done. But the show is called Open House Live. The new website will be up in a couple weeks as well. And basically, we're going to showcase open houses each week before they hit the market. It's going to be a game changer for Arizona. So, hey, listen, the market's still good. There's areas here that are like really cranking where it's actually a seller's market. But we still have a lot of areas where it's a buyer's market. The sellers just don't realize it yet. And the sellers are trying to get, top dollar in a little higher interest rate. But with that said, we do believe rates are going to be coming down, which means your prices will be going up as soon as everything stabilizes. But with everything going on here, you know, um, let me just set the stage for this podcast here today. Let's face it, the past 4 years politically in all states has been a wild ride. Again, we don't get into politics here, so we're not going to get political. This is not a debate stage. This is a lifestyle and real estate podcast. So, um, but the reality is the economy has been tough on a lot of Arizonans. We've got higher prices on gas, meat's expensive. There's just been a lot of people hurting. It doesn't matter, they've got good jobs and stuff, and it's still just tough. So people have started leaning on their credit cards. Some have tapped into their home equity, and now we're seeing aftershocks from this. We're seeing more foreclosures, and we're seeing more bankruptcies popping up, and it just makes it tough to get ahead. Again, we're not getting political on it. This is just a fact of life, the way we're seeing things, and then we're learning how to navigate it. So now, the foreclosures and the bankruptcies, a lot of people will make it out of it fine. Some are just going to say, you know what, I'm fine where I'm at. I'm going to file bankruptcy, clear out my debt, and start over again. Now, remember, bankruptcy does not get rid of any tax debt. So you want to talk to your accountant on that. But bankruptcy is not a bad thing. I know people are like, oh, you can't believe they're doing it. And, again, we're not going to debate this, but there's some benefits to bankruptcy. And we'll get into that here a little bit into the episode. But my next point here is, let me tell you what's happening in Arizona right now. So what I'm seeing is when I pull up the lists and stuff like that and all the stuff we're doing, I get a list of foreclosures, and the foreclosure list every week for all of Arizona is growing. And not huge. I mean, there's not as many as there was like in '08 and stuff, but we're seeing more and more getting added on. What I am seeing though, I'm seeing a lot of homes going to pre-foreclosure, which means somebody's 3, 4, maybe 5 months behind on their payment. And so I've seen some people get caught up on it, which is fine, or they're cutting deals, but we are seeing this. So where does that go? Who knows? Generally, short sales might start coming back into play and stuff like that. The other thing that's ticking up a little bit too are bankruptcy filings, especially Chapter 7 and 13. Now, again, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, so I don't want to even act like I know what 7 and 13s and 11s and all that. I can bring someone on for that, or we can get you the information. But what we are seeing is a tick up in bankruptcies, and I would assume that is because of people just getting out of control with their credit card debt. Credit card companies are so happy to give you a credit card. They're like, oh, here you go, Mr. Jones. Here's a $10,000 limit. Well, then you run that up, and then another company comes in and goes, hey, let me give you another $10,000 limit. And listen, it's easy. It's easy to just let this stuff spiral out of control. Pretty soon you've got $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in credit card debt, and the minimum payment is just not enough. It's not enough. It's like, why even make it? Because it's not even making a dent in the payment, especially with your expenses coming in monthly. So, listen, we're not judging. Things happen. Everyone's been in it. So, it's just the way it is. But there's ways to get out of it. And homeowners are being squeezed by rising costs and shrinking budgets. So, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they want to blame the Gen Zs or this and that. But the fact of the matter is that it is costing more. And again, without being political, it makes a difference who you vote for. We have to stop electing people because they're our neighbor, our friends. If they don't have business experience, they should have no business telling us how to work our budgets and stuff. So, but listen, this doesn't mean all hope is lost, and it's far from it. All it means it's time for a right strategy. So, the GRANDON Group's mission is always to help people stay in control. We sell lifestyle. Some people are like, oh, you're a realtor. I'm like, nah, sort of. And for those of you that know me and my sister, the GRANDON Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, brokered by my home group, you know that we sell lifestyle. And anybody can tell you the first question we ask when you call and say, hey, I'm looking for a house, we never talk about the house. We want to know about you. We want to know your lifestyle. So we help people stay in control. So we're not just buying and selling. We hear about solutions. And again, we have the contacts. So if you're in pre-foreclosure, considering bankruptcy, I've got some great people that are involved in this stuff. I've got some great BK attorneys that are just absolutely fantastic. You won't walk away feeling super small. You'll feel like, wow, actually probably empowered. And we've helped families avoid foreclosure and still walk away with equity in their pocket. So you'd be amazed, even in this market, especially with things changing, if you have to sell the house just to get ahead, let's get you some money and stuff. There's ways to do it. So we connect homeowners with the right pros, attorneys, lenders, credit repair, you name it. We have it. And listen, there's no shame in it. Everything's confidential. But utilize these contacts, especially, if it's, middle of July and we still got August and September to go through the summer here, and you're thinking, man, my budget is just shrinking. I'm just not going to make it. Listen, half these guys will talk to you for free, especially the ones we give you. They'll definitely talk to you for free and make an informed decision on it. And if not, call us up. And again, we'll help you out. We'll come up with a plan and, get you where you want to go. And did you know just because you file bankruptcy doesn't mean you can't own a home? So I know there's some people that have been renting or, whatever the case is, and they're like, oh, I got to file bankruptcy. Hey, you can still qualify for a home loan sooner than you think. Now, this is where things get fun. If you're going to have to file bankruptcy, everyone tells you, oh, you can't buy for 4 years. That is 100% untrue, 100% untrue. There are so many different types of loans out there, and you might get stuck with a little higher interest, but you're still owning a home. And the saying we always put out here, you already own a home. If you're renting a home, you're buying it for your landlord. If you own your own home, you're buying it for yourself. So you already own the home. But if you file bankruptcy today, for example, you can still qualify for a home loan sooner than you think. And again, let us connect you to the right lenders. Stacey and I have really put together a great list of just a handful of lenders. They're just great people that actually love what they do. Now, here's one thing that a lot of people don't know, and I personally like buying a house like this. Again, you pay a little higher on the interest rates, but you don't have to jump through all the hoops. This is also great for self-employed people or those recovering financially. It is called the bank statement loan, and these are an amazing option. Some banks require 12 months, some are 24 months, but basically it's not credit driven. It's just showing that, hey, every month for the past 24 months, you've been throwing an X amount into the bank. The lender will base what you've been depositing every month. Doesn't matter what you spend, what you deposit every month, and they'll make a statement off that, and you'll be able to buy a home. Bet you a lot of you did not know about that. Call me up. Again, our lenders will walk you through this. and everybody gets a roadmap to the home ownership. So listen, credit repair. This has been a thing, even with me. I've never been a big fan of the credit repair people because it's always been kind of a scam. Now, over the years, we've put together some really great credit repair people. We have them for you, and credit repair does not take forever. It's very possible to bounce back in less than a year. I mean, sometimes sooner and stuff. So there are a lot of scam ones out there, but we have found the ones that actually work to get your credit repair fixed and get you on your way to home ownership, because that's ultimately the thing. I mean, listen, if you don't want to buy, that's fine, but you will ultimately acquire your most wealth by home ownership. All right. So the next little part of this is what homeowners should do if they're feeling the pressure. Okay. And listen, renters, I've told this to every single renter. If you rent a house, for example, and you feel like you're not going to be able to make next month's payment, or in 2 months you're probably just not going to have enough money to make the payment, let me know. That way I can get you out of that, get your deposits back, get you into another house without a foreclosure on your record. Same thing with owning a home. Don't wait till you're 3 months behind. Reach out early. Listen, we all have ups and downs. So if you're having a tough month, start planning right now. Call up the GRANDON Group and let's talk about it. And let's not wait till you're 3 months behind, because the longer it goes, the harder it makes it to save your home or whatever we have to do. Let's look at the numbers. You may still have equity to sell and cash out. Maybe before you go late, if you want to get a home equity line of credit, that might be an option for you too, especially if you are for sure of where your job is going. So we'll help you avoid the predatory wholesalers who offer pennies on the dollar. We've had a podcast on this before. If somebody comes to you, one of the wholesale companies, 99.9% of the time, if they offer you X amount on your house, we're going to be able to get you nearly 15 to 20% more by listing it, and less work. And I can get you to stay in the house for a little while as well. So listen, before you sign on the dotted line with these wholesalers, call up a regular realtor, or specifically the GRANDON Group. Wholesalers are not your friends. They're there specifically to jump on your pain. And listen, they're airtight on their contracts, so they know what they're doing. But I guarantee you, they are not your friends. As friendly as they might be on TV and stuff, they're not that. If you decide to go that route, we do have some wholesalers that we have worked with in the past that are great. In fact, a couple of them are in our office. Okay, our team works with the top bankruptcy attorneys and creative lenders who care about getting people back on track. So I know this is kind of like a deep little subject, especially off the GRANDON Group, because you guys are used to having a little bit of laugh and fun on the podcast here. But again, with the way things are going right now, I have been getting some emails on this, so I thought it'd be a good time to address it. Listen, we work with some top bankruptcy attorneys and creative lenders. We will get you back on track. Things are not lost no matter how bad they seem. And trust me, we've had families call, getting divorced, losing the kids, losing the house, lost a job, and we're able to, help save everything. The one thing about the GRANDON Group, my sister and I, you're not gonna call us and give us the sob story, and then we're gonna be like, oh, we don't want to hear it, and then push you off. We want to help. We do care. So here's how some of our title companies and our lender partners help make it easy. So we work closely with great title companies. This makes distress sales smooth. Some of the companies we work with, Magnus Title, Yavapai Title, Premier Title, just to name a couple. There's tons more out there. We work with quite a few of them. We've got great relationships with title companies, and they are an important part of this entire transaction. Then we've got some great lending squad people. So we work very close with Cross Country Mortgage, Court Crowfoot, Derek Evans, Matt Rasner, and just those are just three of many lenders we work with. And the lending squad can explain all the post-bankruptcy buying options. So before you do all this, we'll have a confidential meeting with them, In fact, my sister and I, we don't go to those meetings. We'll introduce you to them, feel who you're comfortable with, have a discussion with them. They will explain to you that, hey, if you file bankruptcy, you're making this amount. Here's how you can buy within 2 months, or they'll give you the roadmap to buy in. All is not lost. Title companies, though, help navigate tricky liens, bankruptcies, and even divorces. They are huge for our part. So our lender partners and our title partners are absolutely huge in helping you navigate through what seems like the end of the world, but quite honestly, it's not. This isn't the end of the road. It is just a bump. And, a lot of people think, the foreclosure or bankruptcy is defining me. And it's not. It's not your identity. It's just a moment. I mean, everybody's had ups and downs. And so don't look at it like a mark, like it's a big A on your chest, because honestly, it doesn't matter. Especially in here in Scottsdale, and some of you will get a laugh out of this. Scottsdale is one of those towns that's home of the $30,000 a year millionaire. They live like they're making $1 million, but they make $30,000 a year. But it's a great place to live. Everybody gets in a little trouble. It does not define you. Things happen. And listen, many of us we're working on deals, and it might take 1, 2, 3 years to get that deal going. We believe in it. We work on it. And meanwhile, while you're concentrating on making that big deal that's going to be life-changing for you, life happens on the other side, and you're like, shoot, I got to get rid of this house or bankruptcy or whatever. Does not define you. It's just a moment. It's just a bump. Arizona market is still strong. There are buyers out there. So we were working real close with them. We're trying to find them and just keep both sides happy. So let us help you sell, reset, and restart your American dream. And Arizona homeownership is still an American dream. Okay, so listen. Here's a little call to action. Let's talk. There's no pressure. If you or someone you know is dealing with financial stress, let's have a confidential chat. Have them call us up. Again, we don't judge. If you refer somebody, we're not going to call you after that person calls and say, hey, guess what? Billy just called and what an idiot. He's filing bankruptcy and this and that. We're not like that because that's not the case. You're not alone. Trust me when I tell you you're not alone, especially in Arizona. We promise you there are options. Reach out to the GRANDON Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, brokered by my home group, because we've got your back. Okay, so listen. You're probably sitting there driving or listening to this podcast. And again, thank you for making this Arizona's #1 lifestyle and real estate podcast. There's a lot of good things that are going on finally that are going to happen with this podcast, where it's going to be on a bigger level. But we're going to still always be here for you guys. I don't let fame, you'll still be able to say hi to me. I'm not going to walk around with security guards getting out of limos, although that might be kind of fun. Listen, we've seen it all. And actually, I shouldn't say we've seen it all. We've seen a ton, and we're seeing more and more stuff. But listen, we're still smiling, because you know what? God has everything in control. Everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. But reach out. Ask for help or ask for advice, whatever it is. It's not a big deal. In fact, it's almost to a point where it's funny, and we'll laugh about it during and after. Listen, real estate isn't always pretty, but it is always personal. And we understand that. So no matter what your situation is and what chapter of life you're in, we are here to help you unlock your next chapter. So listen, this has been more of a heavy podcast today, but I wanted to get it out there. Foreclosures and bankruptcies and bouncing back in Arizona. It's not a big deal. There's some good things going on. And, whatever you do, you got to make sure it benefits you and your family. And things happen. And you know how fast life goes, too. I mean, you look back and 5 years ago I filed bankruptcy, but today I own a, $600,000 home. Not a big deal. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we'll help you. And let me tell you this, too. New home builds, they are actually getting better at helping people navigate these roads as well. So, anyways, Jason Grandon here with the GRANDON Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team. Reach out to us. Our number's below. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, True Social, YouTube, whatever these things are, under the GRANDON Group or Jason Grandon. some of you in Scottsdale, we do have a page called Urban Scottsdale AZ. It's specifically just for Scottsdale, and it's been doing great. I mean, people are posting stuff up there about Bob's Big Boy from the 70s, Smitty's. It's been a blast. So, anyways, you guys have a great rest of July. We are going to be back here full force with our new season starting in August. And we got a lot of stuff to take us through the rest of the year. Plus, we're going to my favorite part of the year, fall, and you know how much I love Halloween. We've got some contests coming up, just a ton of stuff. So I'm excited. It's going to be just an absolutely fantastic end of the year here. But listen, we're in the 5 months of Jason. If you listen to the last podcast, you know July, August, September, October, November. We are in the July month. We are moving into August. And then September, October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving. And it's going to be great. So listen, if things don't look great now, fine. Give me a call. Let's go sit down and have Starbucks or something, or a Dutch Brothers. And let's talk about it. Because I'm telling you, when you talk about it and we start laughing about it, things change. I'm Jason Grandon, your host, The Lockbox, with the GRANDON GROUP, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team. Have a great rest of the July. See you on the next episode. Have a good one.